Before I get going on this topic, you all know the holidays are coming up. I had no idea until someone told me that there was Thanksgiving in Canada just the other day. And I thought I was talking turkey too soon, but obviously I wasn't. These are just past things that I've cooked for the holidays in the past. I won't be cooking a roast goose this year because with the prices of everything at the supermarket, it's just too expensive. And, I could buy it if I wanted, but I'm just not going to. But roast goose has been one of my favorite birds to eat over the years, as well as other things like venison. I love venison. I love a delicious gravy and wine sauce to go with things. But with the prices of everything and the fact that I don't love shopping. I love having the ingredients, but I don't particularly love shopping. So I won't be hoarding back a goose this Christmas. I'll probably have roast duck, which is much smaller. A roast duck is like a small goose. And I'll probably have that with maybe some mashed potatoes or roast potatoes. We'll see. But I used to think I made the best mashed potatoes in the world until one day I tasted these mashed potatoes and they were extra creamy. What I used to do with mashed potatoes, which is one of the most popular side dishes during the holidays, what I used to do with mashed potatoes is just put salt, pepper, and butter in my mashed potatoes and chives. And that was delicious. But I figured out that if I mix cream, double cream, and butter and put them in my mashed potatoes, mash them up, swirl it around, mix it in, half a teaspoon each of salt and white pepper, not black pepper, white pepper, that I would have the tastiest, most delicious mashed potatoes. And salt and pepper is to taste because everyone's salt tolerance and pepper tolerance is different. I also love mac and cheese. I'm so proud of the photographs that I've taken of the food that I've cooked over the years. I've worked hard on my food photography, and I'll give you my secrets one of these days. But the secret to my mac and cheese is use the cheeses that you like and use at least 2 cheeses. 1 cheese is a little bit boring. I use 3 cheeses for my mac and cheese. I use Parmigiano Reggiano, mozzarella, and I also use cheddar, sharp cheddar or mature cheddar, because that's the best kind of cheddar. And I just wanted to share this with you as some kitchen confessions before I get started, because MRB does do a lot of her videos from the kitchen. So, wow. Now that AD's left, it seems that somebody else has taken his place to get the attention and to be in the hot seat, and that seems to be MRB. Now, let me just be honest with you. I'm not here for popularity. I'm not here to make friends, but if I can make friends, that's wonderful. I love my subs. I really do. I care for my subs. I've got wonderful subs, and I've got wonderful people who come to my channel. Every now and then, I get a comment from a person who's not too kind to me, but by and large, people who come to my channel are respectful, and I try to interact with you all and reply to you as much as I possibly can. Sometimes I miss things. I am not perfect. But anyway, since AD has been gone, it seems that MRB is the new focus for a lot of people. And I'm going to be honest. I'm no fan of MRB. I'm not a fan of hers, and I'm sure she's not a fan of me either. But at the end of the day, I don't have anything against the woman. I don't have anything against her at all. I think she's got a lovely channel. Not my cup of tea for the most part, but I think she's done some good stuff on there. And she's getting a lot of attention, and she's getting the critics coming at her for whatever reason. I personally don't think she deserves it. I hope you don't hear what's going on behind me. I personally don't think she deserves it because I think she's not doing anything different from what Natasha Cooper did and from what a lot of other channels did. I had to close the window because there was just too much noise with the roadworks and somebody's building an extension onto their house behind me, and it's just, I just had to close the window. So, I say all this stuff, and, like I said, I'm not a fan of of MRB. I've observed her and I've seen some of her theatrics. At the same time, like I said, that doesn't make her deserving of being in the hot seat. There's a lot of other people who have done the same and more. I don't think she's done anything different to what Natasha Cooper has done. Natasha Cooper's made money off of the same cases. So why MRB is getting all the critique, and why she's the focus at the moment, especially now that AD's gone, I can only say it's because she's very animated in her behavior. She's very extreme in her behavior. And because she has a sizable channel. And now when I say a sizable channel, 42,000 subscribers is not the biggest channel on YouTube. I'm fully aware of that. However, it is a reasonable amount of subscribers. If she only had 5 subscribers, no one would be paying attention to her. So this is also something I want to say. It was really interesting because as I was watching this latest live where she seems to be reacting to things that have been said about her, I looked in her chat replay and I saw this thing come up, this notification. Somebody was in her live chat and I recognized Bam's photograph and I recognized the name Alexandra Morley next to the photograph. And I thought, for some reason, I just thought that Bam was in her chat, was in her live stream. And then I thought, that's not the channel name that Bam has. So I looked closer and I copied and pasted this. And I thought, what, is this a clone channel? Or, I want to do a little bit of investigation on it because I just thought it was really, really eerie, really weird. I just couldn't understand it. I don't understand why anybody, everyone knows that Alexandra is Bam. So I don't know if this is another channel of Bam's or somebody has done another, somebody has just come up with a, spoof channel. I don't know what it is. I don't know what's going on. We're near Halloween, so I don't know what's going on. But I mistakenly initially thought that Bam was in her live stream. And then I realized, no, that's not Bam. Or at least it's not Bam as the way she presents on her channel. So I don't know if she's created this second channel or somebody else has created it. But anyway, in this live stream, Mummy Ramblings seem to be responding to her critics and all of the things that people are saying about her or have been saying about her over the past few weeks. And, she has the usual, tone with all of it. But, I think at the end of the day, I don't think that Mummy Ramblings should let this all bother her because at the end of the day, she can create content from this, and that's exactly what she's doing. She can make the most of it, she can take advantage of it, and she can create content of it. AD did the same thing when he was here. He created content out of his critics. And I think that's the best way to go about it, especially when you have a channel of that size. Create content out of negativity and turn it into something positive. Now, look, I know that she's dramatic. I know that she's theatrical. She goes overboard sometimes. But I have had no personal issue with the woman as yet. I don't know if that will ever arise in the future. I don't intend to be going back and forth with other creators. If I have to speak up for myself, I will. And you know that I'm more than capable of doing that. But I don't see where Mummy Ramblings is doing anything more or less or more aggravating than what I've seen Natasha Cooper do. Natasha Cooper paywalled photographs, and we all know what those photographs are. She admitted it herself. So why Mummy Ramblings is getting all this criticism for doing less than that, I can only say that she's just an easy person to focus on at the moment because of the size of her channel and because she's a theatrical, dramatic person, and people are simply responding to that because she's like a caricature in some ways and she's easy to go after. So, like I said, I think that women should be lifting each other up and supporting each other rather than trying to tear each other down. That doesn't mean to say that we cannot criticize each other. That's not what I'm saying. But I believe that, I'm all for girl power and female empowerment. Doesn't mean that I can't criticize people, but I'm more for that than the other, the opposite. And it was interesting because this summer, Taylor Swift and Beyonce were doing their world tours. Madonna was supposed to do her world tour, but she had to postpone her world tour. And she just started her world tour, the celebration tour, in London recently. And there's lots to say about that I'll probably say at another time. But I just want to focus on Beyonce and Taylor Swift at the moment, because Beyonce turned up at Taylor Swift's premiere of her Eras Tour film. And I thought, fantastic, girl power. Remember what Kanye said and did? I thought it was just nice to see Beyonce supporting another successful female artist, because they're both exceptionally successful in their own right. And that's what I'm more about, supporting other females and lifting each other up rather than the opposite of that. And I watched both the Eras Tour by Taylor Swift and I watched the Renaissance Tour by Beyonce, both which, they sold out stadiums, they made tons of money from their tours, and very high grossing. Both of their tours were very high grossing. I'm a Beyonce fan. I'm not a Taylor Swift fan. However, and this just goes to show you how fair and objective I am, I preferred Taylor Swift's world tour. I thought it was better. I thought it had... I thought Beyonce's world tour was more about her ego and Beyonce, and that's fine. She has the right to have an ego because she's successful and she's worked hard. But I felt that Taylor Swift's tour was more about her fans, more about her people, more about giving back. And I am very impressed with the stamina that she has, because after just a few songs, I just looked at the tour list and it was just a very long performance. I mean, her tour goes for like 3 hours, and I would be tired after doing half of those songs. I really would. I don't have the stamina that I used to have, and I get tired easily. I get tired even talking. So for her to do over 3 hours in her tour, night after night, and be traveling, that is tremendous stamina. And I felt that each part of her tour told a story. Each part of her performance told a unique story. I felt that she was very respectful to each album that she did. It was the Eras Tour, so going through the eras of her career. And I thought the costumes were fantastic and suited her. She looked like she'd been eating. She didn't look as thin as she has done in the past. I thought she performed the songs well. I thought her audience participation and chemistry was on point. I just thought that the tour was brilliant. And I am not a Taylor Swift fan. Don't particularly like her songs that much. I probably like one or two songs. But, as a Beyonce fan, I have to be fair and say that Taylor Swift's concert was better. I felt it was more dynamic. She had more stamina. I felt that it was a tour about her fans rather than about her ego. I'm not saying that Beyonce's tour wasn't good. It was. I just felt that Taylor's was better for many reasons, and the effort and the stamina that she had, I'm very impressed by it, because I would be tired after doing half of that tour. I also want to touch on this Will Smith Jada Pinkett thing, because she recently did an interview, and after all that happened, we know at the past award show, it turns out that her and Will have been separated for 7 years. And that to me is just, they're turning up on red carpets holding hands with each other. They've been separated for 7 years. And Will Smith did that for a woman that he's not even with. Very, very unusual couple, I would say, Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith. But, some people say it's all a publicity stunt. People have so much to say, but, separated for 7 years and then carrying on like that at an award show, it is very, very, they're very unusual. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there because I've been going on for too long. But, thank you for listening. Thank you for being here. And I'm up to 400,000 lifetime views now. Basically speaking, that's in my analytics. I'm not popular, so that's quite good for me. That's quite good for me. Thank you very much for listening.